It's rather impressive that Miles managed to figure out the mystery behind the key. I mean, who else would be able to? Elijah Wood is an American actor, voice actor, DJ, and producer. He is best known for his role as Frodo Baggins in Peter Jackson's epic film trilogy, The Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings is a film series consisting of 3 high fantasy adventure films directed by Peter Jackson. They're based on the novel Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. The films are subtitled The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King.
The more you know, you have information you probably already had. This is not the right tune for this song.
I am no man.
What's going on, and welcome everybody to the NyanCave. My name is Tom. This guy is Clay. That guy is Nyandroid.
Hello.
And today we are playing some Ace Attorney Investigations with Miles Edgeworth. We're hanging out with Bad today. We're in the midst of figuring out where his lies fall.
Peter Jackson's my favorite Wahlberg.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. I love J.R.R. Tolkien and his books about incest and fire and ice and dragons and other
Wieners.
and wieners in winter.
Wieners in winter.
Wieners and how winter is coming.
Yep.
I love it when winter comes. Let's get you ready to get into gameplay?
Yep.
All right. If you want to tune in for some more investigation, make sure to tune in Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 12:30 p.m.
Captain America also likes it when winter comes.
Yeah.
I was in lobby number one.
Talking with you.
I wasn't there,
I know. I was talking to you.
but I wasn't there.
I know. That's why I was talking to you.
Why did Miss Yu choose lobby number 1? Answer me.
Who knows? She just said that she had something she wanted to talk to me about. And we talked in lobby number 1 together. That's all.
So, his answer remains the same as before, I see.
We were talking about some trivial things.
I was hoping you could expand on what exactly you were discussing with Miss Yu.
Trivial stuff. It was nothing important.
What a good detective play. You know, if I ever get like drilled in question, I'd be like, I don't know, it's trivial.
Yeah.
Not even really worth remembering. You know, we talk. Specifics. It's trivial.
Yeah.
You know, Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
We talked about the last game we played. Very trivial.
Yeah.
I answered a question about Niagara Falls.
Oh.
Yeah. It's in Ontario, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe.
Also in the States.
Oh, also in the States.
Cross border.
Little trivia there.
Our side's better, though, I think.
Our side is better.
It's more free.
Yeah.
That's for me to decide.
You're not very good at this.
All right. I suppose that's for him to decide. Moving on, then.
I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene.
Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything that was out of the ordinary? We really should be asking you this. I don't know why we're asking Bad about what you noticed out of the ordinary. That's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's a writing. Maybe it's like an out of place text box.
Yeah. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
But what did you hear?
No, I just did nothing until the gunshot.
If the gunshot detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder, that would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony to that statement just now.
Sure. Yeah. I didn't hear any of the strange sounds until that gunshot.
Jared says you're not funny, and I say that's for you to decide.
And she laughs at everything. Am I right? Yeah. Got him.
Can I get air horns for that, please?
If I had sad air horns, I'd be sad.
Yeah, we're sad air horns.
No. This is a triumphant air horn.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Hey, GT, finally we can use our good
I
comedy.
know, right? Detective Bad, you honestly don't remember hearing anything else.
Yeah.
Is it possible you were so involved in your conversation that you missed something?
I've been playing Monopoly with myself. I've been a detective for a long time, and even I am. And even if I were involved in something, I've got quite the habit of keeping tabs on everything that goes on around me.
Sorry, I imagine my life if I took tabs on everything that went around me. 1:45 p.m. The android has opened a third protein bar today. He keeps taking the chocolate ones. I swear to God. Also,
actually,
he's
no.
selectively taking the blueberry yogurts out of the fridge.
It's the
I
chocolate.
suspect.
The chocolate mint. The chocolate mint, actually. Let's be real.
The chocolate mint, you son of a bitch.
Those are the best
Those
ones.
are the best ones.
That's why I take them.
If there had been any other strange sound, you can be sure I would have heard it.
9 p.m. Strange thumping sounds coming out of Thomas's room. No one else is there. However,
I still hear weeping.
gentle weeping and the sound of tissues falling into a basket. We'll report more tomorrow. I suppose with this detective, that's probably very likely.
Said the gunshot. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed down in the hallway together.
And why did the two of you dash out into the hallway straight away?
Because
I don't know what's happening right now.
at first it was just Clay's witty commentary, and now it's just like, why did you go in the hallway? We heard a gunshot. What do you mean?
No.
I'm a detective. That's the dot right there. You fucking stents here? Because we clearly heard the sound of a gunshot. And we knew it came from somewhere nearby.
And how did you know it was a gunshot?
In my line of work, you hear enough of the time to know.
I suppose it's only natural for a detective to know what a real gunshot sounds like.
But given the circumstances, the only person I could think of whose life would have been in danger was Faraday. That's why I ran into the hallway right away and headed where he was. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there, and then we all ran into lobby number 2.
Detective Gumshoe was there in the hallway.
Yeah,
Why didn't you attest to that earlier?
when I saw Gumshoe, it was after I had heard the gunshot. Having seen him then didn't change the fact that he still could have done the deed.
Oh my God, Bat, have a little faith. Ah! It sounds exactly like what Detective Ben told us before. However,
Is there something in particular we should be asking the detective about?
there just might be. No one knew that the knife is actually the Yatagarasu's key. Reflecting on that, perhaps there are other things that we know now, but Detective Bad doesn't yet. Yes, that should be my angle of attack.
Oh, what do we know that Bad doesn't know?
It seems to focus on the gunshot, which...
Means it was the balloon.
Oh, yeah,
What?
maybe hit him with the balloon.
But they kind of messed that up where he's like, yes, the detective would know exactly what a gunshot sounds like.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
they're-
makes him seem like a fool.
Yes. And also, I think that that's what they're playing.
I heard the
at.
gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene.
When did the popping happen?
The popping happened 30 minutes before a trial was about to reconvene.
Okay.
I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot. Okay, so we can hit him with that.
Hit him with
Yeah. That one.
Hit him with it right in the kisser.
The perfume.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to send this one?
Oh, I'll send this one.
Yeah, you can send it.
Oh,
Nice.
oh, got him. Probably.
Detective Bed, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything?
It's the same color as the one Kay was holding.
Oh, so you knew about the girl's balloon.
Yeah, I was sitting with her up until up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her.
Well,
Why is there helium in a
I was thinking that.
courtroom? We just carry a little helium around with
I
us?
think Winston Payne needs it for when he comes in so he can hit that high pitch.
note.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs his helium to do
Or
that.
it's like a legal form of torture, when they're interrogating people and they just kind of like pump them full of helium, and their voice gets so high that they find themselves funny, and then they laugh.
You got! I'll never tell you! You'll never take me alive!
And the detectives laugh so hard that they get all embarrassed and they have to spill their guts to get their voice back to normal.
That's funny. Although, I mean, but that kills you. Like GD says, yeah, that would literally kill you.
No.
I like how you said legal form of torture. Literally killing people.
Nyan, could you release the hostage? Or at least get them out of the helium room?
Man, I'm just so glad we don't go on tangents anymore.
Oh, no, not at all.
You know?
Well, as you may
that's old
have
us.
surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon.
Surmised that I besmirched. So, what about the balloon?
I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point.
Well, hold on. Jess is saying, well, you can fill a balloon with air from your lungs, but then it wouldn't float.
It wouldn't float. Yeah. Unless Bad actually is a natural helium producer, and despite popular
Oh
belief,
my
his voice is
God.
not deep and gruff, but is actually higher than Pearl's.
No, you know what? It's actually, he's so hot-headed that he breathes in hot air like a hot air balloon, and that's why it floats. That is, that's science for you. What are you getting at?
This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot.
Oh. So the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh?
On top of that, His Honor said that he heard of the balloon pop about 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene.
Yes, which means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway. When you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad. And if you were in lobby number 1 at the time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well.
So,
Oh, I never thought about it like that. I'm sorry. What? Don't give me a so.
We just proved that there is a flaw in your testimony.
the crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivety cracking.
I hope that Franny comes back with a crack of the whip. Come on.
And since you kid don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and the walls of this place seem so rugged?
It used to be a Chip and Dale's establishment.
That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked.
What is that supposed to mean?
The doors and the walls are super thick and the window panes are double layered. And to top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material.
They have those? We need those. My God, and also we have single pane windows. It's awful.
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 So,
Then you mean?
since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there's no way I could have heard that sound.
No.
Ugh. I knew that's what he was going to say.
Then how do you hear the gunshot?
Then that means Scruffface's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course he wouldn't have hear any sign of a struggle.
No, man. Edgeworth makes some very interesting noises in his past.
Yeah. No.
I don't remember him being like this in
Yeah.
the Ace Attorney games.
Yeah.
No, I think he
He's
just
like,
made facial expressions, but not actual yongos.
That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now, do you get it, kids?
Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones to finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around.
The other way around. It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet, Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad,
How would they?
if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot?
What do you mean? How? I just did.
It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words.
Oh, how so?
If the rooms are also soundproof, as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears?
I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I thought.
Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to?
It boils down to this. There must be a reason. As to how detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have.
It looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh?
The state of the crime scene. Wait! Can it be?
It's the ultra strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it.
Window and... Oh, yeah. It's open.
They're way too noisy.
An incredibly high volume.
The surveillance video. How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
Oh, what?
The clear gunshot from the surveillance videos in the VHS player of the TV.
Yeah. Huh. And the windows were open. You had planned it all. Ah.
Wait, where was the perfume? Where do you find that?
We found it in the lobby number 1. You accidentally spilled her incredibly strong perfume.
So I think that the perfume and the window go together, and the loud TV and the missing evidence go together.
Yeah.
And then we might get some more.
Perhaps.
Maybe. Why? I was wondering that too, DJ. Why is Francisca standing at the defense bench in that flashback?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through the barred windows. And yet, the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through these open barred windows.
Wow. My God. So glad to fucking there it is.
Oh, it's perspective. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with GD on this. Okay.
Yeah. Because then we're going to be like, those things were together. And then the video was played through the open windows.
Probably. It was the ghost of logic past. Oh, no, that was wrong.
No.
What?
Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line
Oh,
of
maybe we have to
logic.
check the TV first.
Yeah, perhaps. Oh, actually, I don't know if I have a choice. Do I have the choice? No, actually, I'm stuck here.
Oh.
Probably very loud television and open windows. I mean,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, unless like this could work.
Yeah, okay, that works. Now then, what else besides a smell can go through, both in and out of an open barred window?
What other
My
cool
dignity.
sounds? Hey,
The answer is a sound of my weeping. So, no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both the defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Take notes, Sherlock. Sound goes through an open window.
What
I'm
could
actually,
you?
I'm actually stuck here, and
I think now they can be combined.
yeah.
Well, those were all.
I don't know
jokes,
though.
right?
What are other options?
Well, I mean,
We could just not. What if we wait till time?
Wait. What if we put gunshot heard and then missing evidence?
You know what? That doesn't make any
no,
sense, though.
that doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't.
It has to be
Yeah.
missing evidence and then gunshot. I
Yeah,
think.
missing evidence first, because it's where does missing evidence go? Into the gunshot.
Yeah.
Not a gunshot into missing evidence.
I
Don't
see.
be ridiculous.
This is probably wrong too, and then we're all look like assholes. The missing piece of evidence is a video. That sound shows the moment in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial.
Do you think? Oh, remember? Oh my God, no, they're not.
What do you mean?
It was just such super high. They kept talking about how high quality it was. It was like the greatest high quality.
It was the most high def,
the most high def sound
clear, crystal
ever.
clear gunshot.
So the fact that they're gonna play that really loud and it wasn't the gunshot they heard, but it was actually a tape of the gunshot that they heard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at those speakers. Those are great speakers. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me
Is evidence.
is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place.
Miles, what have you been thinking about? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again.
It's not a waste of time to think. I figured out where we should look.
Well, that's an incorrect statement. Obviously, thinking is a waste of time. We just go and do.
Yeah, exactly.
And where would that be?
I believe we should examine the television. Turns on Oprah.
TV.
This is so sad.
And you get a gunshot noise, and you get a gunshot noise. Check under your chair, audience. Gunshot noises. Everybody gets gunshot noises.
She gave the family a home. It's very touching.
Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like.
Oh, snippity snap. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Ah. Well, there's so much to examine.
Just do the tape deck first.
It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside.
It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end.
This tape. Could it not be the missing surveillance tape?
I suppose, but it could also be George of the Jungle featuring Brendan Fraser from the 90s.
Ooh. Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verify the contents of this video?
Sure, knock yourself out.
All right, then let's rewind this and see what we have.
10 minutes later. If I remember correctly, the footage of
That is
Mel
an
killing the
intense
embassy
rewinding
staff
sound.
member. Should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape.
Understood. This should be about right now, then. Let's see. Perfect.
This is the footage of Mr. Rell shooting the embassy staff member.
I stuck my throat today. I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along.
This sound. What's the meaning of it?
It appears that Detective Band has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder.
Do you mean that you've figured it all out then?
Yes. All I have to do now is show what the gunshot detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from.
Fine. In that case, show me what you've deduced.
Okay.
Now, to show what the gunshots Detective Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from, I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
A Wando?
I guess we deduced this in the tape to show where it came from? Like, seems a bit...
Yeah. I need to deduce things that are all relatively close in proximity. However...
Okay.
Oh.
Like, we've really gone over this.
Now you point out
Is the
gun.
tape there?
Yeah.
Gunshot is especially
Sure,
impactful.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
should I put the tape in the TV first?
No.
No, let's try
Unless
it.
sound is an
Let's
evidence
try
and you
it.
just have a sound as an evidence.
I mean, it says the sound. It says the gunshot
Yeah.
is especially impactful. But I
Yeah.
mean, like, I'm just afraid that the logic here is going to be, yeah, but, you know, a tape doesn't make a sound play.
I know.
Okay.
Try this and then we'll go back. Try this and then we'll go back.
Okay, thank you. If the door and the windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and no one would have been the wiser.
That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were.
However, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss Yu. All three of them heard the gunshot.
Well, the windows in the lobby number 1 and number 2 in the hallway were open.
Like,
So naturally, the people in those locations could hear it.
I feel like we've gone over this twice now.
Yes, completely.
But then, why would the criminal open the windows in the first place?
To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose.
Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this.
But why was it necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction.
We'll let that one slide by. Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. What was it that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of?
Oh, 30 minutes
When
in.
the
they
crime
were
took
when the
place.
crime took place.
Yeah.
So you was like,
Yeah.
open the window, put the tape in, walk out. Hey, can I talk to you? Go in the other room. 30 minutes goes by. Boom.
Yeah.
Great.
But the only thing with that is that the TV is very loud and that video was playing. Like,
But
was
it was silent
until the gunshot?
The gunshot.
It was. We went over that? Okay.
Well, they just
Assumed.
assumed.
It'd be kind of weird if it's like, I suddenly heard cicadas in a night street,
Right.
and then a gunshot.
The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes, and they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so.
So that's why the tape was left running.
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video?
Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. Sorry. It must have been during the recess, before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period, and planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer.
Oh, baby! Oh, full health! Oh, my God!
Now, can we solve this case in the next hour?
Probably not.
It's
half.
Edgeworth.
Yes, what is it?
Yes, he was asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something.
It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something.
Understood. Please tell her I'll be right over.
Oh, come along. I want to hear what she has to say.
It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth.
Oh, you know what? That was a great stream, everybody.
The truth
You know what?
is...
If you love going through cases extremely slowly, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and throw a thumbs up on the video. We go live with this
Speaking of which,
stuff.
do you have any new news on the new Lord of the Rings movie that's coming out?
On the new Lord of the Rings
Yeah,
movie?
the
Lord
What?
of the Rings.
No, please tell me they're not doing a prequel trilogy
Well, it's
with lightsabers.
It's actually a prequel sequel.
yeah, it's a prequel sequel.
Because
It's,
they already did The Hobbit, which is a prequel to Lord
yeah,
of the Rings.
next one's
Yeah.
gonna be the Wizard.
right.
Yeah,
It's the story of
Hobbit,
Gandalf.
the wizard.
yeah, it follows Gandalf's
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
before the Hobbit.
Yeah, the elf next, the dwarf after that.
Oh, I was exercising this morning,
Yeah.
and I was like, man,
we're actually going
what
into
if there, what
Yeah,
if there was like an alien race that was nearly perfect and like didn't age or sweat? And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's just elves. I've thought of
Yeah.
elves.
Yeah.
And pointy ears.
As aliens do.
Hey.
Oh, good.
Okay, what are you doing here?
Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating.
But the object you're looking for is already.
Okay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation.
Okay, you got it.
Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you're looking for?
Hello. If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, maybe a little task will do.
Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought.
And you are just as much of Satan as I thought.
Just wait until I'm older.
Ah.
I believe
And she
you.
gets that weapon upgrade.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth.
Oh shit, court hype? I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest.
The moment in which you can finally lay this case to rest. Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest?
Man, you became kind of a villain here.
I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you think? Oh, we'll see. It depends on whether or not your logic holds. I've seen we even have a viewer in the gallery. And why, even Mr. Bad is here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
I have a duty to see this case through to the end. No matter how it turns out.
Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there's no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must, without a doubt, be Detective Gumshoe.
And that's all you have?
Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion in this case.
Ooh. I'm sorry, I beg to differ. I'm holding this get fucked in my pocket, and I'm going to give it to you.
Look at this coupon for one get fucked. Here.
For you. In a trial, there's always time for rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think?
How absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. But all right, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony.
If my logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is prove it by showing who the real killer is.
Man, those freckles, though. Everyone, sans the suspect, has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2, which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion, that Detective Gumshoe is the killer.
Oh my god.
Hitting people does take a lot of energy. Don't spend it there.
Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth.
But of course, there's no need to confront her logic head-on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump card she has up her sleeve.
Ooh, playing the long game.
Ooh.
How'd you know about my Trump collectible cards?
Man, that's like my favorite thing to do in Magic the Gathering, is to draw out counters for the real party.
Oh man,
Or play the real party, making them think it's just a play to draw out the counters. Ah, so good. No, he's holding something else.
Hey, NY, 23rd Street.
Everyone sent the suspect has an alibi for when the gun went off.
The suspect? But I thought that Detective Gumshoe's alibi has already been proven.
Are you joking, Edgeworth? Really?
I assure you this is no joke.
Look, I know you heard it from the judge earlier. That the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll.
Yes, that is correct.
But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is, there's no one else who could corroborate what he said since the snacking. Or since he did the snacking.
I see she's done her research well. Which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump card she's withholding.
Night, thunder noses.
Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right?
Whether they've been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide.
Hey, Sandy Violent, your beard is stupid. Sorry for being callous to you.
I mean, it's not past the bar, but it knows a little bit.
Enough that you won't illegally fuck up his shit.
Yeah, that's the line. Thanks, Sentient Violin.
Thanks, Sentient Violin. Okay, we'll go from the scrunched eyebrows and the lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene, lobby number 2, has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect.
But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden? You laugh now, but believe me, you're playing right into my trap. My trap is so devious that you can't even comprehend.
Oh, my trap is so devious you can't. Oh, that's the first place everyone looked silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know.
I don't know.
Jesus.
Are we talking about the same police force here?
Yeah.
Because I've seen otherwise.
Isn't that right, Mr. Bad?
Yeah. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't many footprints or anything in the courtyard garden.
I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case.
I also confirmed that there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2.
Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible escape routes? Change that.
Of course I'm sure.
And why are you so certain?
This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there were an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense.
I don't know. Criminals are pretty good at finding a way out.
Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future.
Yuck! Edgeworth noises.
Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion, that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Oh!
Yo, my computer shut off because of a storm.
What?
What? Had to switch to my phone. Mother Nature isn't gonna stop me that easily.
That sounds like fun.
Take me down. Gets struck by lightning.
Yeah,
Oh
takes-
shit! Screen cracks. Son of a. Thank you,
Thanks,
Mr.
Mr.
Business.
for the donation and for that indomitable will.
Yeah.
Problem solving. Sounds like fun though. I love storms. So I'm like selectively when the power goes out, it's just fun for a little bit. I would
like
not want it out for
thunderstorms.
days though. That would be
No.
awful.
No.
Maybe like just a few hours. It's fun.
Yeah, like an evening of like you light your candles, you watch the thunderstorm.
Yeah, it's fun.
And then you're like, oh man, what do you guys want to do? Watch a movie? Son of a bitch.
No, you play cards by candlelight.
Trump, you may think it's unshakable, but to me, there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand?
But you're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with. Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing.
I'm not about to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement. I suppose we've really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. There are no pathetic decks. Shit. There are no pathetic cards in my father's deck. Yeah, but before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Francisca or myself speaking with you about the subject.
But there were witnesses. For you, there's your mentor who gave you an alibi.
I see.
As for the little Missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess. And was stopped by the security guard at the door of the hallway. She gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard. I am the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard or a bailiff or anyone else.
Wait, so basically, the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor. By the way, Miss Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty?
What about them?
Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time?
What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot, to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1. The only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe.
Yes. Let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when the gunshot you heard went off. What then? Yeah, not laughing now, huh, bitch? That gunshot was a trap.
Objection! Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in the lobby number 1. Care to explain how that could have been fabricated?
Just throw the tape, I guess. I mean, yeah, like, it's really the only thing that makes sense to me. If it's wrong, we're losing all of our health. Here we go.
That tape?
Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape that Mr. Rell, the prosecution, presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. And that was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up.
All the way up.
Past 10 to 11. All the way up.
You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was the gunshot in the video.
Ah, but I do. Which leads me to my next point.
Congrats, casually spinning.
The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot.
That's the only thing that I can think of, too.
After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag and turned the television's volume all the way up and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Objection.
It's such a bad line. Sounds from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew, didn't we, Miles?
Yes, of course. We know all about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course. I'm not about to admit that we had no idea until only a little while ago.
That's right, and if the rooms are soundproof, then should we not have been able to we wouldn't be able to hear it. And yet, we heard the gunshot clear as day.
And?
And...
Feverishly puts on
that's
makeup.
It, end of story.
It's kind of worth skipping.
Look at her go. That's like her switching between makeup products is my favorite part. Look how quickly it happens. Just
I think that's like my. Seeing as how we're on the makeup thing, I'm
Right.
just going a tangent
right.
here.
Yeah. Just a quick one.
My least favorite thing
Yeah.
is when I don't see it often now because I don't drive, but when I was driving and I would drive in the morning during the morning
yes.
commute, and I see girls putting their makeup on while they're driving.
Yo.
And it's like, oh my God.
That is like distracted driving is a real thing that's illegal. What was the greatest for me is I saw somebody actually putting curlers in their hair.
Oh
like
my
I mean, like the whole
God.
thing, like driving with one knee and like there was a bunch already done and like going through it. I'm like, I don't think that's safe.
That is
I don't think
impressive.
it's safe.
Oh man, also incredibly embarrassing to explain to the police when you run someone over.
What were you doing?
Curling my hair. Isn't it fabulous?
I think when you just think, I had a heart attack actually.
So there's actually a fun fact. She's putting her makeup on because when your makeup fails when you start to sweat too much. Speaking of sweat too much, it's a bit warm in here, isn't it?
A little warm. I got mustache wax in my hand, so all clammy.
Oh, clammy. I hate Hammy the
Feel
clammy.
this.
Oh yeah, it's so clammy.
I know, right?
Ew.
I can't get rid of it.
But it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room? The window was open.
There was a hole in the wall.
There's a hole in the wall where...
There is actually one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And it is that despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each. Now, we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. Okay, but like, if she is actually applying that makeup because she's sweating to cover up her sweat, she would look awful.
My God.
She would look
Just
like a
cakes.
mutant, like Ronald
Yeah.
McDonald,
Yeah.
basically. Like,
Like there would be foundation clumps everywhere from like the drops of sweat. Her eyeliner would make her eyes like entirely black, like a raccoon kind of thing. And her lips would be like blah,
Blah.
blah. Like she would be a monster. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also open.
Objection. It's probably just coincidence that they were both open at the time.
It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Hey, Dylan, what up? Why was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. And the person who triggered that action, that person is the real guilty party. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The real killer in this double murder is... No way.
I thought it was this dude, but I guess if we're going this line of logic, because I thought she was in cahoots with him.
In the cahoodles? The transboodles?
Holy shit. Oh, man, that sucks. Well, get fucked, I guess. Here you go.
No, I meant you. It was actually Edgeworth. What are you doing? So wrong. Look, the music's still playing.
You're right, really wrong. I'm sorry, man.
Miss Callisto, you. I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell.
What? You indict me? Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she's the killer?
I don't understand her motive just yet.
Like I said, she's clearly good to the guy who got her off the hook due to her sister being murdered. I'm saying I don't know the reasons yet,
Yeah.
but he seems super suspect.
Yeah.
People have done crazier things to their siblings. Remember that one time that sibling set up a kidnapping and then blamed it on the other?
Oh, right. Right.
Siblings are not, anyways.
I don't understand her motive just yet, but of course I'm serious, because she's the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss Yu, do you still feel like laughing now?
Of course I do, Edgeworth. Of course.
My argument must not be tight enough yet.
Although, I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance quite a bit.
Oh, good, because I'm wearing my dancing shoes.
I guess this means it's time now for my own rebuttal, right?
Ooh! I don't know. Siblingness in this game doesn't seem to mean much.
You argue the window was open. However, do you have proof it was I who did that?
What?
Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this, especially with logic as full of holes as yours.
This is where
We're
it
just
really
held to a
starts.
higher standard than the rest of the people in this game.
I know.
We really are. This is where it really starts. I mustn't let my guard down for even a second, or the truth will blow away. Now is the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof to the test.
Thanks for backing up my sweat idea, Liz.
You argue that the window was open. However, do you have proof it was I who did that?
Because I was hanging out with cheerleaders, and sometimes, especially after like you win or something, and everyone's crying, it gets a little scary.
It gets a little, it gets a little drippy.
Scary.
The Zompocalypse!
That's even like athletic makeup too.
Evidence. All I'd need to do that is have some prints analyzed, and we'd know straight away.
Be my guest.
She sounds as though she has the room to maneuver, which means even if we were able to lift prints, they'd only go to show that it was someone else. But why that someone else was forced to open the window? That's simple logic. Why don't I try presenting that piece of evidence? I have nothing else to lose.
What's wrong? The scrunched eyebrows, lines on your forehead, they're all back.
It's my I'm about to fuck you up face, okay?
More important,
You'll learn to fear it.
I will not fear you.
Zompocalypse.
More importantly, are you going to be okay not running a fingerprint analysis?
Yes, I'll be fine.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'll just continue with my testimony, all right?
So I mean, like right away, it seems like we just
Fuck her up with the perfume?
yeah.
Pucker up?
We could probably hit the perfume on the very first one here,
Let's
but
do
we'll just.
Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Committing the crime?
I thought I just proved that it was.
Sure, you proved that the tape was there in the scene of the crime. However, that doesn't prove that it was actually used in said crime.
Unfortunately for you, Miss Yu, the fact that the tape was there at the scene of the crime is in itself very important.
How so?
By the very existence of that tape at the crime scene, it proves the possibility that the when of the crime could have been fabricated. And that possibility alone renders all alibis and witness reports irrelevant. Basically, it means that we will need to re-examine every person's movements again. Whether the tape was used in the crime or not, that we can re-evaluate afterwards.
So in conclusion, you're admitting that you can't prove that it was, you can't prove that it was at this point.
I can prove that it might be, though, and that's enough.
Frankly, I'm shocked at you going around accusing people.
Even if you're shocked, that is of no concern to me. I do things my own way. I'd like to think that's Edgeworth's very own way of saying, get fucked. Mm-hmm. Very elegant.
Oh, I see that you're not laughing for a change. Because I'm shocked.
Again, you being shocked is of no concern to me. Let us continue with the testimony.
All right, but let me say just one thing. You shouldn't go around accusing people. Especially with logic as full of holes as yours.
Full of holes. Well, I suppose it might be. Just like Bad's jacket. Or Kay's father. Oh, crap.
Oh, admitting your own faults now, are we?
At this point in time, is what I meant to say.
Should I take that to mean that you're just a sore loser?
No matter how full of holes my logic may be right now, if I plug them one at a time, I will ultimately make my way to the truth.
What a paradox! To take care of... Take care to not fall into one of those holes before you fill it up. Miles, you do remember, don't you? About why a window in the lobby number 1 was open.
Yes, of course I do. And that's how I'll attack. I'll present the reason why the windows had to be opened. Okay, well.
Had to rewind that twice. An attempt was made. I tried, and I failed. It's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry.
That way to picture it spilled over, but anyways, given to Bad by you, same perfume as the one spilled on. Oh no, okay, my bad. I almost wait.
No, yeah.
I guess that
no,
is
at
it.
Same, yeah.
I guess that's it. Yeah, misuse perfume. Let's just. I mean, probably. Objection. Oh, thank God.
I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, Miss Yu?
Edgeworth, I never knew you weren't wearing that kind of perfume. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know.
So, do we... Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I'll just put this away. Okay. Well, this isn't mine.
That's right, it's mine, and I received it from Detective Bad, you see.
Miss Yu, you can pretend all you like. We know at least this much for sure. That this bottle of perfume was given to Detective Bad by you.
Because it gets really strong, really fast. So, what about the perfume?
While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume. That's according to Detective Bad.
Oh, I know.
You also knew that if you spilled it, he would naturally move to open a window.
Come now, I already told you that that's all just a big coincidence. After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you know. So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window.
The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear the shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself at the time.
You mean?
Yes, she can object if she wants to. She can leave her thoughts behind. But her thoughts don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no thoughts of mine. Miss Yu, you were the one who called Detective Bad into lobby number 1. When you saw him bring Detective Gumshoe into the hallway, is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could only have been thought up by you, Miss Yu. Oh, strike. Nice. I wonder how long she can hold that pose for.
Ever.
You accuse me of murder on the fact that I spilled a little perfume? Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday.
Would you care to testify as to why?
Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like we have so much evidence.
Yeah.
Why it couldn't be me.
The glove didn't fit.
I guess we must have quit.
Yep.
Accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma.
Oh, wow. There's a murder in the courthouse, everybody. A murder in the courtroom.
In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where that knife was used to kill him came from. Miles, her testimony, it's flawless. My father does forge evidence all the time. Miles, what are we to do?
I know. I was
Miles!
pretty surprised that she said that. Like,
What's great, though, is that she kept it real simple, just like 2 lines.
I know.
That's how you lie properly.
Absolutely.
You know?
And also, you use words like trivial.
Yes.
Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me. And if I'm lacking in information, I'll just make it up. I mean, draw it out of her.
That's the Von Karma way.
The
Make something
Von
up.
Karma way.
The Rube Goldberg machine.
That was
The court simulator.
The court simulator. Accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top.
I think I had to explain the significance of that earlier.
You only confirmed that I did spill some perfume. But that's all. That you would accuse me of murder based on a simple spill. Don't you dare complain when I sue you for defamation of character.
Do as you like, but as for me, I believe.
You believe?
I believe. Can I
What's
get a
your-
hallelujah?
Hey, man.
I believe that you are the true culprit in this case.
My, you're enthusiastic. Of course, I should have guessed. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of the Von Karma name. Blah, 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 blah.
I formally request that you desist in your attack against my mentor.
Yes, or we'll sue you for defamation. All I'm doing is telling the truth. Well, maybe a bit more like spreading gossip. Although your adamant denials are, shall we say, just adding fuel to the fire.
Isn't that literally defamation? Spreading rumors?
gossip?
Yeah, spreading gossip.
Kind of. I guess it depends on.
Nothing's a
How dare you?
gossip between some friends. Say such a
Oh
thing.
my god, they're finishing each other's sandwiches. And Swiss rolls.
Yeah, I was gonna say Swiss rolls.
Calm down, little girl. Don't let her get to you.
Oh, why did you have to ruin my fun? Well, shall I continue? In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday.
Why? And why exactly could you not have killed him?
I was just about to testify to that. You're such an impatient man. I'm not really into that. You know, Edgeworth?
Oh, man. Oh!
Quick on the trigger.
Your preferences have no bearing on what is at hand.
I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, are we? Miss Yu, you will desist in this tomfoolery and return to your testimony.
Why are you so upset, Franny? Something you want to let everyone know?
No.
Okay.
And Miles, if you're going to lose your cool, then I won't show you any mercy.
Ahem. Sorry. Miss Yu, please continue with your testimony.
Sure. As I was saying, I couldn't have possibly killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from.
At this rate, she will inevitably escape. But if she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, then she must have known about the existence of the knife. I'm sorry, Miss Yu. Maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag.
Miles, what do you think you're doing?
I'm drawing the truth out of her. That's what I'm doing.
Huh? But I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today.
Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use.
So that's what you're trying to do. Oh, look, why don't you just cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence he had yet to present was the key that the Yatagarasu had sent. And unless a key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on.
Don't know if supposed to bat out of park.
Did you really think you could trap me? Come now, be honest.
No, I think that was her basically telling her. She's like, I know about your trump card. You can get fucked.
It's like, I never intended to do such a thing. It was all a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might append what you just said to your testimony.
Sure, why not? I'll even say, with two eyes. Yeah. Say it as many times as you'd like.
I'll. I the second.
I'll.
Secondal.
There was a key in his evidence bag, but you can't kill anyone with a simple key unless you're Sora from Kingdom Hearts, which we're going to be playing June 8th.
June 8th is when we're starting.
June 8th!
We're going to be playing the weekend until we're done Zero Time Dilemma.
Yeah.
Miss Yu, I would just like to confirm something with you one more time.
Oh, about what's going to happen to Detective Gumshoe after this?
I don't need to ask you about that. Because he isn't the killer.
Looks like the number of wrinkles on your forehead have increased yet again.
Yatagarasu.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I've got my wrinkles going. It's funny, like, if you were to like scrunch your face angrily or something like that, then I mean, it makes your forehead kind of flat. But you have to be like, you have to be up in surprise, like, oh. Yeah. I can only imagine the face that Edgeworth is making.
That issue aside, Miss Yu, I'd like to ask you about what was inside the bag.
No freaking way.
You are sure it was the Yatagarasu's key, correct?
Yes, I'm sure. Which is why I'm completely baffled as to where that knife could have come from.
Oh, I see what happened here.
I think I've just spotted the road to a perfect victory. Finally, it would appear that you have revealed your true identity, Miss Yu.
Miles, her final statement.
Yes, I know. All I have to do now is present the evidence. But what is this ominous feeling that I can't shake?
Accusing you.
Because here's the thing, right? I'm pretty sure it was a knife in the thing.
In the bag, it was a key. In the bag, it was a key.
But then there was a
it
knife
was flipped to Knife Boy and used
found
to
on
stab
the crime scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is right.
I think it's right, too.
But there's an ominous feeling.
Turns into a knife.
Maybe it's between the two. What do you present?
I mean, we've got the health for it.
Oh, what does this one say? What does the picture of the key say?
Clay needs highlighter with a nice rosy blush. Huh. I'd look like Santa Claus or something.
What does the evidence of the key say? What does the evidence of the key say?
The opposite of the knife. It says
we should throw one of them.
Turns into a knife. Well, I think this one is the one that you said.
Cool, send it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably either or.
Yeah.
Miss Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me. This is a picture of the key the Yatagarasu sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it, in fact, has the secret ability to transform into a knife. Which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the Yatagarasu's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not?
Yes.
Well, with the Yatagarasu's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. Do you understand now? Just knowing of the existence of the key...
I still haven't had a good look at it. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know.
You would, even now, still feign ignorance.
I'm not feigning anything. But we can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence now, can we? I mean, Mr. Von Karma, I've heard some very interesting rumors about him. Are you mocking my papa?
Don't you dare sully the good name of our mentor. Now, take a good look. This piece of evidence is more than real.
Wow, who knew there was such a trick to this thing?
Proceeds to stab everyone in the room.
I was just thinking about that. She has never said she knows it flips. She says she knows that it doesn't flip. So that kind of proves that she is only
couldn't have, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied now? But of course, you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Hourglass's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement, and who would never have been privy to this trick, would have never known about it to begin with. My God, that was a lot of nevers.
Right?
Furthermore, there's something that the Hourglasses sent to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was?
Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Rell off, he told me. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time.
I don't understand how that helps her case.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms.
What you are saying is simply not possible.
Oh, and why not?
Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. Oh. And for within these pages, he mentions nothing about a knife.
I'm not sure he would have written everything in his organizer, you know? Wouldn't something of this importance be better left to oral communication?
I mean, I guess you could just say that she's on like the back foot and now is fabricating lies to cover up her things.
And like this part.
Which part? The oral communication?
Yeah, that part.
I love oral communication.
Unfortunately, that is also impossible. Because Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. That would have been highly classified information, even within the police force. And is something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information about the opposition? Or with the opposition?
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have had much reason to. Looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse, huh?
How can you laugh at a time like this?
She probably just realized the flaw in her logic and is actually in a panic over it. But that's not something we need to concern ourselves with.
I suppose you're right. Miss Yu. I'd like you to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife.
Oh, do you now? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and show me?
Oh, I will. And I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it, the moment of truth. The secret behind the Yatakarasu's key. Only one person would have had the knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would know from the start that the Yatakarasu's key could change into a knife?
Go down? Oh, yeah, that one.
Oh, that's true. I think so, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but
yeah,
like, I'm not drawing all the connections here, but
no, send it though.
Send it, yeah.
It makes the most.
It makes the most sense.
Here we go.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Von Karma's pretty all-knowing, though. Maybe this whole thing is forged evidence that Von Karma created.
Well, what about Kay? Kay probably knew.
Kay knew for sure. There's only one person who could have known about the dual nature of the key.
And that is?
And that is the person who sent the Yatakarasu's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself.
Herself.
Oh! Kay still has a mother.
Oh,
For
that's
now.
nice.
I'm kidding.
For now, till we lock her up.
You know, I'm hoping
For killing her
I'm
father?
hoping we're gonna find out later.
Yeah.
I still don't know why the Yatagarasu has a knife.
It's just a Swiss Army knife of keys, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
What does that key really
He's
open?
not supposed to kill. He's supposed to be like a hero of justice who steals information and stuff.
Yeah.
And only the truth. They steal the truth, not lies.
Yeah. And they use it
Lives.
to pry things open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why do you take a knife with you camping? Not
fine.
necessarily to kill things.
No.
But to
Wow.
like cut
Same
down.
thing. Why take a knife to a gunfight?
Why do we have knives in the kitchen? I thought I was.
I thought.
Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu?
Miss Yu. You used Mr. Rao to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You, who profess to bear a grudge against criminals. Why? Why? Why do something like this?
Like me after that one joke.
Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see right through me? You're sending the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than when I sneak into someplace.
Oh my goodness.
You killed Faraday? Why? Answer me, Callisto, you.
Callisto, you, huh? Oh, that's not my real name. Because my real identity is yes. The great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity, which is why I had to erase him from the world of law. I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped on them through a crack in the door. That Rel caves into only two things, money and authority, just as all thugs do. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both.
But didn't you say that you despised criminals?
Oh, but I do. But do I really?
You.
I wonder if he's actually gonna pull a gun this time.
Have you forgotten about the KG8 incident too?
Maybe. What sort of woman would?
So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent?
Well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the Yatagarasu by using this Yatagarasu's key as evidence, and that he would bring it with him. Which is why I thought to use the knife portion. With a weapon as well disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think something like this could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk with Mr. Faraday. And in order to get with him, I pretended to be worried about something. Then he let me hold the Yatagarasu's key, and just like that. He never noticed that I changed the key into a knife inside that plastic bag. And he didn't have the chance to take note of the knife that took his life.
How could you kill him?
I knew him for a long time, you know? At the very least, I thought to give him a quick and painless death.
But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there was no need for you to kill Mr. Rel as well.
I believe I mentioned why we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness, and how that led the killer to think about setting them up as though they'd kill each other?
Then the trick with the surveillance tape.
Yes, I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of that surveillance tape, which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all his hard work with a bullet.
Wow. That's not very much. I mean, bullets aren't very expensive. They're like, what, like 15 cents?
Like,
or-
oh, yeah, well, no, they're like, it depends on the bullet, about $1.
That's not much for like all that hard work.
Some bullets are really cheap.
Oh, well.
Some are quite cheap.
Well, hey, whatever floats a man's boat, I guess. You know, I'm just getting $5 a year.
Yeah.
It's a bonus.
You're a defense attorney, aren't you? How could you? How could you betray a client?
Client? If you want me to talk about who was the client of who's first, it was me. I was the client in the murder of the Codopian embassy staff member, Dead Man.
You ordered a hit job?
Oh my god.
You still haven't figured it out,
Hey,
Mr.
Stephanie
Bad.
Coda, thanks for subbing to the channel.
I had Dead Man killed because he was about to give away the info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination?
It can't be. You are.
That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring.
I'm so...
Oh,
How could this...
you don't mean you're working with the Manny Gochin too, do you?
Maybe, maybe not. I guess you'll never know. The Yatagarasu claims to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
That's right, little girl. The Yatagarasu is just another killer.
Quiet, you.
Yatagarasu. You can run from the law, but you'll never escape it.
See, I think that her story is backwards. I think that she is a member of the smuggling ring, but I'm pretty sure that Faraday was still the real Yatagarasu. Yeah.
Oh, and she's besmirching the
Yeah.
good name of the Yatagarasu.
Yeah. Is
Nice.
what is how I see that playing out, at least.
Yatta!
It's the only way that makes sense in my mind.
Yep.
So just humbly accept the judgment of this court.
Hey, Edgeworth. Do you know the Yatagarasu has 3 legs? Do you know why that is?
Go on.
You're about to get fucked by one. No? Well, let me tell you. It means that the Yatagarasu has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work.
Could she just pull a gun on us?
Oh, shit! Shiza! Here we go! Oh, this track is awesome!
Shit.
Ooh.
You really are too naive, Edgeworth. You even handed the Yatagarasu's key right to me without a second thought. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it.
All right, Bad. You gotta live up to it here.
You mean the key was your real target?
And even after I gave you such great advice, didn't I tell you to always keep a good eye on a criminal? Or you may regret what comes with your negligence.
You two get down.
Oh, no.
Get down.
My body, I can't move.
Hey, mister, to your right!
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow, and K.
are you all right, Francisca?
I'm perfectly fine, Miles.
Her voice is shaking, but it looks like she's unharmed. Where did Kay go? That's a gunshot.
No.
I think Bad is
No.
bad.
Oh!
Ah, that's funny! That's funny! Callisto, you shot us!
I'm shooting at you, and now you have to take shots. Get it?
Suzu.
Get shot, bitches.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord.
You stole the stream.
There it is. There it is.
My you jokes don't compare.
No. Yeah.
I know. People might disagree with me when I say this, but it's true. It's true.
It's true. These shot
true.
jokes are funnier than you jokes. Huh.
No, not you jokes though.
No. You jokes are...
You jokes are amazing.
Yeah, you jokes are
But
amazing.
you jokes
are not as good
and
as
they'll
you
never
jokes.
stop.
Shots.
We've just been shot.
We've been hit by a small criminal. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Suzu.
No.
Sorry, but it looks like she got away.
Ooh.
I called the precinct. They should have perimeter set up soon.
Detective Bad, are you all right? I heard a gunshot.
I'm okay. Just got another hole in my jacket.
Oh, no.
Sweats furiously.
Yeah.
He may say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken. God, I hope Kay's okay. I mean, I know she lives.
Does she?
But more importantly, boy, I mean Mr. Edgeworth, Ms. Von Karma.
Ooh.
Oh, jealous of you.
Now, this is really subtle, okay?
Yep.
Like, you know, we were hit with a little subtlety
Where's
fish
the
here.
subtlety fish?
Yeah.
we need to order that.
But I think Bad respects Edgeworth and Francisca just a little more now.
I think so.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm ordering a fish in between streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you too hurt?
I'm absolutely fine.
I kind of thought that Bad would die though, because he's not in our future.
Yeah.
He retired.
I'm also all right, thanks to Kay.
Okay. Where is she?
Oh my god.
I don't know. She just sort of disappeared.
I'll go look for her. Oh, and a detective. Gumshoe.
Oh, yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir.
It was David Cage who said, "Hey kid, no, I'll no longer call you kid due to the fact that I respect you as an individual and use your proper name and English titles."
Edgeworth.
Could be worse. You're right. You're right.
Sorry about it. I doubted you.
Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. I look pretty guilty. Well, I lied to you guys too, after all.
I heard about what happened from Kay.
Not gonna lie, okay, but the fact that a detective would lie on testimony to protect a promise with a child
Yes.
is a little off-putting for someone in
Yes.
such a position.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if he'll lie about that for those reasons, what else will he lie about?
Yeah.
Like to the point to where he's gonna be convicted for murder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Lying while
Thank you for
giving
addressing this.
testimony is still unforgivable. But in this case, we were protecting Kay and her feelings.
It's not a good excuse.
Very important.
It's not a good excuse.
We're the Fields Police Station. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective.
I think that's the opposite, but okay.
But it was a child. Now, don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay?
You got it, Pops. Oh my god, I think that's Gumshoe's dad.
Pops, watched one too many detective dramas recently, have
Wait,
we?
no, actually? Oh my god.
Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment.
No, it couldn't be.
Hey, we got the coats.
Where did the judge come from?
Oh, it's
They
Dick
do have the coats.
Gumshoe. Nah, Dad.
Well, I should get back to the investigation.
What's Bad's first name?
Tyrell.
Oh, yeah, Tyrell Bad.
I swear I'll get you if it's the last thing I do.
I didn't do anything, though. Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care.
Thanks. Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday. Someday. I don't know why.
Thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything.
Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
Oh, Judgy.
I can't believe how much trouble I've caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe.
It was no problem, really. I mean, I lied too, so I didn't help anything out there. It's really not your fault, Your Honor.
Well, even if we didn't have His Honor's testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf.
Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective.
Oh my god, did he not know what would happen?
Well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me.
She did? Oh, what is it?
What was it that Kay left for me? The proof of their friendship.
It was the gun.
I'm coming for you, bitch!
I've got to assume the Swiss roll.
Oh, yeah, but go through to the end. I just want to make sure that we didn't. Yeah.
Oh, is this friendship Swiss roll?
Yes.
Hiding in the evidence.
Yes.
Can I confirm Swiss roll? Because I assume we don't get a do-over here.
There's like literally nothing else.
I know there's nothing else.
I mean,
but
the only other
I've been there
possible
before.
thing is the journal, but that is like a long, stretchy shot.
Yeah. Man, this case was way easier than the last
Confirm
one, though.
Swiss roll.
Confirm Swiss roll. Okay, great.
This one was long?
No, it was much easier. Like there wasn't.
Oh, man.
Like the other one, we got tripped up on stuff, and there was like stuff. But this one was just like.
It's a courthouse special Swiss roll? Oh, can I really have it?
Oh my god.
Yes, it's a present meant for you after all.
Thanks, but you have no idea how happy this makes me, pal.
It's like a whole year's bonus. You know? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this right now.
Sure, go ahead. The Swiss rolls Detective Gumshoe and Kay bought together.
It's kind of funny. Like, I mean,
It was supposed to be for the dead guy.
literally eating evidence right now.
Yeah.
Aww.
Well, the one Kay saved never reached her father. It would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective.
He's so happy. It's as though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own.
Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him.
Whoop! That was good, pal. I can't believe I got to eat two of these delicious things in one day.
That's not true at all.
It's like a Swiss roll paradise or something. I gotta thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she?
He only noticed just now. Was his mind not present when we discussed her earlier? Detective Bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him.
Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first, you know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh?
Aww.
I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
This is how it
I ain't
happened.
never gonna leave you. Dude, two best buds solving crimes
Aww, there it is.
together. My heart.
I sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship from that ominous statement.
We should go home too, Miles. We have
Oh,
to hurry and report what
Jesus.
happened to Papa.
Agreed. Well, I'm afraid that we must be going now, Detective.
Roger, sir. And you don't worry, I'll investigate the next case we're on real well.
I'll be counting on you. The scent of trouble is definitely in the air. Thus, like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After all, he became my direct subordinate. I've tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now living in my office! Right in front of me.
Aww, and she's giving it back to him.
So, do you remember now?
Oh my god.
I just had a lengthy flashback, I'll tell you what, okay?
He's just staring off into space for like, how long have we been playing that case?
Like,
8 hours.
8 hours. Just 8 hours of like, huh. Edgeworth?
Don't bother him, lady.
He's in his mind palace right now.
Yes, I remember.
He
everything.
does this often.
Okay. It's been a while.
Hey, you sure grew up a lot.
Of course, but thank goodness. I thought you two had totally forgotten about me.
Aw.
You know, I was really worried about you after all. Where have you been all this time?
I know it's different. I know it looks different, but you don't think that key is the knife, do you?
Oh,
No.
it might be. The
'Cause
pattern
the
on her shirt is the same as the pattern on her dad's scarf.
Oh, it is. But
It's
yeah,
not.
because the key had a different tip. It had like a dual.
Yeah, it
a
did.
dual
Okay.
tip, but.
And also it had a wooden handle, not a round handle like this one has.
Oh, I haven't seen the handle, or at least I don't remember seeing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
They're giving it.
There it is right there. And also...
Where's the handle? Oh, there it is. I
Yeah.
see it now. Okay, yeah, there it is.
And also,
Keys
remember
on it.
when
Okay, yeah.
Callisto, you took the key?
Oh, yeah, she did do that, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit, but maybe she killed.
Gummy, I didn't know you cared. After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. They lived really far away, so I wasn't really able to come back here all that much.
Oh, is that what happened? Oh, well, it's, well, I'm glad that you're all right.
So, does it all make sense now?
Yo, you bet you it does, yeah.
Even if she did take the key, literally years have passed. Something might have happened where she like hunted her down and took the key back or something.
Yeah.
I would absolutely play a side-scrolling action game of
With
Kay, like thieving the key back. That'd be good. Oh, you know what? I was going through my father's bookshelves recently, and
Actually, there are still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay.
Huh?
First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? The Yatagarasu is Callisto Yume, the woman who killed your father.
no, you're wrong.
Nailed it.
The real Yatagarasu was my father.
Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu?
Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently, and I found a secret diary hidden among his books. I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu. That was written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure.
But that's pretty incriminating, actually.
What's with that look? You don't believe me?
It wasn't just the expression on my face. I clearly said it was impossible.
All right then, how do you explain this?
It's a way of disarming any security system of the user's choosing.
Yep, that's Little Thief. Truth be told, this is the Yatagarasu's greatest secret, and this little gizmo was used by my father.
Wow, Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor, he was a really great thief too, huh?
Yeah, my father worked really hard to steal the truth. But he was killed, and the Yatagarasu was no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu's been spotted again recently.
Someone other than you.
Here, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a look at this article.
Take a look at this article.
The Yatagarasu sent the embassy a calling card.
Yeah, meaning this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto lady is behind this.
Oh my god.
Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a gaudy card out.
But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized. That's what Detective Bad told me 7 years ago, if memory serves.
Well, as soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up and I knew I couldn't just let go. So I searched you out so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone can help me find it, I figured it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
So you're saying that I have your father's and misuse identities backwards?
Yes, because the real Yatagarasu is noble to the end.
That's what I'm saying.
And I want to
That's really
revive the
cool.
real noble Yatagarasu. If I don't, my father will never be able to rest in peace.
Okay.
Okay, you're so honorable. I don't care what anybody else thinks or what Mr. Edgeworth says behind your back. I'll always be here to cheer you on,
Wait,
pal.
what?
Even if you are honorable, a thief is a thief. See, it's not behind her back. I'm saying it to her face.
Faith.
Her faith.
You gotta have faith. Who gotta have faith? The faith.
And if you are plotting to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit.
Mr. Edgeworth, we were gonna do some fun crimes together. Don't stop this from me. You guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now?
Mr. Edgeworth, what I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman.
Who? That evil woman. You mean Callisto Yu?
I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. But I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me?
Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you.
Huh? Owe me for what?
When Miss Yu made her escape, it was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me in the investigation today. I am not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid.
Then you mean...
Yes. That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, then I believe I can help you.
Mr. Edgeworth, thank you!
Oh.
Yay, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Isn't that great, Kay?
Yeah, it sure is, Gummy!
Even though he had completely forgotten about her until just now. What is with their chummy relationship?
And nothing bonds quite like Swiss rolls.
That's true.
Man, maybe we need to have a Swiss roll just so we freaking share together and get even
Nice.
closer friends.
Wow. This makes such a mess, though. And the ants, we can't have ants around.
Yeah.
The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Vern Faraday, Callisto Yu, and Kay Faraday.
Wow, that's a good word, phantasmagorically.
Yeah, right? I know. I'm like, wow.
It just kind of came out of nowhere.
It just did. My God. Walking thesaurus here.
The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. Phantasmagorically.
It's such a good word. I like the word
I know.
phantasmagoria. It's such a good word.
Phantasmagoria?
Yeah,
I've never heard it.
Nope.
it was a game
Oh.
at one point. It also probably means something, but I know it is a game.
Next time someone asks me like, so how is it for you? Phantasmagoric.
Ali.
And the Yatagarasu's real goal. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. I don't know, Zero. It might be shorter than characteristically. Characteristically is a long word.
No.
Phantasmagorically?
Phantasmagorically? Characteristically.
Hey!
Nasso! Congrats on finishing this case. This is one of my personal favorite cases, if only because of the references to the future. Also, it's interesting to see Edgeworth in his younger days and appreciate how far he's come since then. Now, on
He's
to
come a
case
long way.
5.
Oh, everything's not perfect this, perfect that. No.
So I'll define phantasmagorically for you since I looked it up on the internet. Having a fantastic or deceptive appearance as something in a dream or created by the imagination. Having the appearance of an optical illusion, especially one produced by a magic lantern, changing or shifting, as a scene made up of many elements.
Well, it's a good word for the context.
You got this? You got this part?
What part?
Telling the people the things.
What?
Oh! Wait, is that
what are you
Kay?
doing? Wait, we're not over yet.
We're not over yet.
We got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna do the intro to this
Yeah.
and stuff.
What?
Oh, look at Gumshoe.
Oh, gumshoe. Turn no river since.
Also, recently the streams have been processing faster.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, I messaged YouTube about it, so we'll see what they say.
Well,
See if
yeah,
this keeps up.
because I noticed other people's 10-hour streams were going up, and I was like,
know.
"Is our 9-hour stream done yet?" And it is.
It is. Yeah.
We have to go timestamp that.
I know, and the 4 hours.
Oh, it's up. The 9 hours is up.
Yep. I checked.
Look at that, though.
Ooh.
I mean, like, it's definitely Kay, but her hair looks different to me. Maybe it's just because I can't see the top of it, and it's
Yes,
just like
it
the way
is.
it blends in, but looking good.
Looking good. Turnabout ablaze.
Whew.
Oh, thanks, Ed, for putting those words together.
2 cards. 1 of the Black Raven. And 1 of the White Raven.
Why'd they reverse those?
I know, right? A country torn in 2. 1 to the west, and one to the east. When those which were split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. My God.
I knew it.
It's the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu's here. Oh my God. You, accursed Yatagarasu. Hey, you.
Oh. What?
8 hours earlier.
Kay looks different.
Yeah, right?
Well, perfect. Is this where we're gonna end it, or are you gonna do 10 minutes of the next case?
Nah, we can just do 10 minutes in the next case.
Well, why not just start so clean next week? I don't get it. Start case 5 next week, just right on the thing. It just makes sense. Right?
Yeah?
Am I crazy?
Okay.
Yeah?
So if you're
Yeah.
mad about it, don't be mad about it.
Not mad
it's
about it.
It's on the game. Why
Well,
do you
you
have to
have
be
to be
mad? It just doesn't make any sense. It's 10 minutes right now. I'm just saying. You seem pretty butthurt about it.
Maybe you're willing to continue. That's fine, though.
I
That's
get that
fine.
you want to continue.
No, it's okay. You know?
I was really on the bad guy with good ideas. Who knew? I don't know. You know what? I'm ruining lives again. Siberia Wing said it. They don't have
Why does Tom hate Ace Attorney Investigations? I don't know, Jess. I don't know. Why do you hate it, Tom?
Well, you know,
Let's talk about
glaring plot holes. Subtlety fishes. Do it.
Yeah,
I got it. Just fine.
We're playing Portal 2 at 3:30 p.m. today. It's going to be fun. I get to take out all of my anger on Tom. I mean, all of my respect.
You're going to work together and be so cooperative.
We're going to work together.
Man, I'm so excited right now to read. Oh, you could go.
Make longer streams. You did Detroit Become Human in 2 streams. Yeah, but that's kind of a special thing. I mean, 1, Detroit Become Human is not a 40-hour game. 2, it did not require... Anyways, yeah, no, basically it's a 40-hour game. Like, when new games come out, like, I definitely just, like, because we have such a regimented, I don't know, a rigid schedule.
I would say a thought-out schedule.
Yeah, thought-out schedule. A little rigid. Yeah, so when new exciting games come out, it's just cool to play them for an extended period of time because we won't have the time in the future to play them. So I really like what we did with Detroit Become Human. It was a lot of fun for those who were there, you know, if you want to check it out. Didn't require thinking. I don't know, Corey. It made my heart go doki doki many a time. But yeah, and then after that Monday, we're coming back to Zero Time Dilemma. It'll be a lot of fun. And then after that, next weekend, we're probably going to finish Portal 2. And then after that is a really great weekend because Friday we're starting Kingdom Hearts. And then E3, we're doing a live stream on Twitch. And we'll let you guys know about it. We're going to watch some of the... some of the conferences such as Nintendo, Sony, and Square Enix. Yeah, and so we're gonna hopefully maybe get a Kingdom Hearts 3 release date. And we're gonna be playing Kingdom Hearts 3 on release date, of course. But we're starting Kingdom Hearts.
We should do Xbox if it's on the same day, just because like sometimes the cross-platform games get one conference versus another.
You think so?
They do.
Xbox is the one I want to see the least.
Yeah, well, they're like, we're going all out this year. It's going to be 2 hours of extravaganza, so I expect
Remember
a
the
lot.
time they went all out and announced the Xbox One and how it was how they wanted to kill used video games?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was great. E3 Twitch stream? Yeah, the main reason why we're looking to do it on Twitch is because Twitch actually, like, they allow you to host it. Like, it's allowed. They tell you, like, here's how you do it. You're allowed to do it. But they don't do the same for YouTube. And YouTube has a much more robust and strict copyright system. So... I mean, yeah, it puts the channel at risk between like E3 themselves as well as all the publishers that take place there, whether or not they want to do what they want to do with their copyright material.
All those things.
So Twitch is a safe place for that because it's literally allowed and encouraged, in fact. But yeah.
I just like watching all the conferences because of the memes that come out of it, and I would hate to miss Microsoft memes because they've been pumping themselves real big this year.
Oh, yeah.
And I would just love for it to be like them to have like 18 couches, you know? Like Sony at their Sony experience had like what, 5?
No, it was more than that.
It was
it was more couches than that. Like, no, we don't let people off the stage. We just have them sit on our couches.
So I mean, like, I'd love to see how many couches Xbox is gonna have this year.
Ooh.
Man. And you remember, nah.
Nah.
And you remember when the most important thing that we learned about Death Stranding was that Kojima likes to sing 70s tunes to waitresses or something?
Oh, he does.
Yeah, I know. That was good. It was a good conference.
So I guess that means it's time for the Waffle Leaderboard.
Yeah, sounds good.
Nah.
So in first place, we have Jim Prey with 1,652,000.
70s trivia, that's what it was.
One waffle.
Yeah, I think you can round these numbers. 1.6 million is just...
Yeah, you can round them.
I like saying
70s
all the
TV's trivia.
numbers.
Thank you, Tasso. Yeah.
Cyril's in second place with 1,560,000 waffles even.
Hey, Angriest. Missed the stream. Excited to watch. Umu. I gotta finish Umu.
Just Monica's in third place with 1,525,689 waffles. In fourth place, Neko Nina-chan is in fourth place with 1,448,096 waffles. Fifth place is DFM with 1,435,035 waffles. It's like a tongue twister. I really enjoy doing it. It makes my mouth feel good.
Woo! All right, everybody, then we will see you at 3:30 tonight with Portal 2. Ready, go?
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Goodbye. Man, this is going to be awful.